taking place, and I'm not seeing that happening. I'm going to reference most recently the decision with the transportation of the students in the school district that the board called out for 3 bids, then turned around and rejected 3 of those bids and went into voted for negotiations to go into with one of those 3 bidders. What I wanted to know is what the determining factors were to reject all 3 bids and to enter the negotiations with just one of those bidders. I want to know what the bid amounts were to be published, because they haven't been, and the differences per year, and in the life of the contract, because the figures that I've seen demonstrates a $1.5 million difference over the life of the contract above the lowest bidder. I mean, I cannot see that as being fiscally responsible. How many teachers would that pay for? Could that connect these buildings so my students aren't walking across out in the rain? And you're stating that you're going to enter into negotiations. Well, I looked up negotiations, and that said bring about through conference, discussion, and compromise. I'm going to put it in simpler terms for you. Here's an example. We negotiated a fair price. $1.5 million difference over the life of a contract, higher than anybody else has not negotiated a fair price. And after that last board meeting, when did these negotiations take place? It was 2 days later. They ran an ad in the Meadville Tribune by O.D. Anderson stating that they're looking for school bus drivers to service the Conneaut School District. The following week in the community news, there was an article that ran saying that the school board had decided to go into that O.D. Anderson would be supplying all of this, all of these services. Okay? That was one person. When was this supposed on to be finalized? What was the discussions? When did you meet with the discussions? Have you presented any of those negotiation facts to the community? I haven't seen those anywhere. Okay? I'm a little bit confused on that. I'm also hearing rumors that there's going to be some benefits coming place to with the football field and stuff along that. Maybe some kickbacks or whatever taking place. This back alley behind closed doors, negotiating is not the way to get it done. We need to tighten the fiscal belt. We consolidated because of that. $1.5 million would pay for instruments that the elementary school students didn't have the opportunity to have if the other 2 middle school and senior high teachers hadn't got together and made that happen. The arts expand the imaginations, the minds, the creativity of our children. You're going to be taking that away from them by expending an extra $1.5 million over anybody else. I'm not saying what company needs to be picked. What I'm saying is if you had 3 qualified bidders, and they all provide excellent services, and every one of those employees for that busing companies has to be approved by this board, which means they are all safe drivers, then we should be looking at the bottom dollar.